Hello to everybody. Welcome back to another video lesson. Today, the topic that we are going to cover is the relationship of many to many. It means we can write it many to many relationship, relationship. And the week number is 8. So your instructor is Muhammad Mustafa Bayat. Okay, dear students, today the topic is about many-to-many relationship, and you will be defined, or you could define the relationship of many-to-many, and also you will be create the this relationship very easily. I hope you be with me up to the end of the video. So let's practically work and create the relationship of many to many relationship. Well, the first thing that you need, you guys, it's about to open your Access database. Right in your start menu, Access database. Well, the version that I have in here is version 2013, and I will click to the blank database. So name it many to many relationship, then click on create button. You can see in here we have a table, but I will close this table and I will go to the design. So I will click on Control W, it means close this table, and then click on create up table design. And here you can see we are in table design, and for creating the relation we should create many tables and connect each and every with other. So first of all, maybe we have ministries. For example, we write ministry ID, okay, auto number, and ministry name. We write the ministry names, date that these ministries are created. I said date and time. This is the first table that I have created for now. Then I will click on Control W, or you can assign an primary key for this table. Choose a primary key for creating the relationship. For example, in here, I will choose the ministry name and I click on primary key. When I choose the primary key in here, you can see that there shows a key that we can use it for our relationship. Click on Control W and save it by the name of ministry. Okay. I will create another tables. For example, this table will be the relation for those, for example, schools. We'll write it school ID, okay, auto number, and we write school's name, which school it is, and date that these schools are created. We write the date and time, then the location these schools are, okay, which locations they are, or also we can say the address they are, You can choose also the long text for this, and write the ministry name in here because of the connection of this table with the ministry name. So the first thing you need is write ministry name, and you don't write ministry name, choose the primary key. And here I can choose primary key for school name. Okay, I will choose the primary key for school name, but there's an copy of ministry name in here. Press Ctrl W and save it by the name of school or schools. Then I will create another table. For example, go to the table, click on table design. In here, I am going to talk about the principles. In which schools there are principals, write it, principals or principal ID. Maybe every principal is defined in database, principal ID, auto number, principal name. All right, just principal ID. Okay, very simple. Principal name, principal scale. Okay, how much skill he has or she has, and the age, education, right? Education. We bring a school name in here as a deputy school name. So choose the principal name as a primary key in here. Choose the primary key for principal name. Then click on Ctrl W. Save it. Yes, I'm going to save by which name? By the name of principal. Principal. I will create another table. This table name is, for example, teacher. Teacher ID. Okay. Auto number. Teacher name. Short text. And also for these teachers, maybe education is required. Education. Age. Salary. Time. Date and time. Salary currency. Age number. And just a deputy of or a copy of principal name in here. Principal name. This is the key point that we can connect these tables with each other. Because of that, I bring a copy in here, and the format that the data type that I choose for every and each of table, they were short text, but you can choose number to number, text to text, date and time, or date to date. So choose the teacher as a primary key in here. And the last table that we are going to create is, I write the teacher name or teacher table. The last is about the student. So write student ID, auto number, student name, short text, student grade. Okay, which grade he has or she is, and age, which age number, and the date of registration date, or write it registration date, choose date and time, then the, yeah, that's okay. And just bring a teacher name, teacher name. Very good, teacher name. We are done. I think we don't need primary key, but if you want to, your tables be unique, you can choose ID primary key. It doesn't matter. So click on Control W, then save it by the name of student, and we done. Okay, we have ministry, how many schools we have, in schools how many principals we have, and under the principals how many teachers do we have, and these teachers how many students they have. And this is important that we have these tables. So click on database tools, then click on relationships. You can close these relationships because I don't want to these relationships. You can click it and hide tables. Okay, as you see, there are many to many relationships also in this. When I click on this table, we have lots of tables. I will select all and then click add. The first thing is ministry, then it's about the schools, and after schools we have principals, after the principals we have teachers, and then the students. You can see in each and every we have these primary keys, and for connecting or making the relation of these tables, I mean one to many, just we can write it one telephone number for one person, and for one to many we have created that teachers could have many students. This was the last lesson that we have studied, but today we are connecting many to many tables. So this is the ministry. I will select the ministry name and drag and drop to ministry name and create this relationship. Up to now, it's one to many relationship up to now. And when I have created, this is the first relationship. But when I join this table with another table, it means we create many to many relationships. So I will select the school name, put it in school name, create the relation. Then from principal ID, go to and select this principal. Do we have? Yes, in here we have principal. So select all, done. And you can see this is the relation that we have created, or let's do like this that you can understand better. And from teacher, put it in teacher, done. Yes, we created many tables and to many relations. This is called the many to many. And also we can join one table also to another tables that it's a little bit difficult. Maybe we will work it practically also in Zoom once again, as you wish. But if you learn this, I think it's enough for you guys. So click on close button, then click on save button because you want to save your work. Yes. Open new one ministry. For example, it's ministry name, Ministry of, write it, for example, Ministry of Education. And then you can write it Ministry of Defense, and another ministries. When we came to a Ministry of Education, so click on database and Ministry of Education, how many schools are registered? For example, the first school is Cardon. Okay, we can say Zarona and Habibia, or some other schools. The date they created, for example, Cardon is located in Taimani campus, and the date I will select, for example, this date is here, for example, 2008, or we can say 1987. That was created. And these schools, the locations, then in Cardon schools, now how many principals do we have? You can write the names, like Dr. Zoher Ayubi, okay? For example, Omera, Halimi. These are the principles that we have, and skills, the age, education, you can write it. And Dr. Zahir Ayubi has how many teachers? And here you could write the name of these teachers, for example, the educations, the age, the salaries they take, the time they are working. For example, teacher Mustafa Bayat and teacher Fahim, teacher Musa, Farid, Najib, Mr. Zia. For example, write these teachers. Every teacher could have many relations. Also, you can see we have created many to many relationships. When I click on Mustafa, Mustafa teaches student name, how many student name, you can say student grade. I'm writing for example, Mr. Bahir. I choose Bahir, and he is in 10th grade, for example, 10th grade. About the age he has, for example, 17, the registration date, and all of these. For example, another maybe Bahram, okay, like Sanjar, or other your dear classmates, so like Harun. Okay, we have created this, and you can see every teacher could have many relationships. If we come to teacher Fahim could teach other classes. For example, you can write that write some names. For example, Ari, Murad, Sher, and Abdullah. We have many Abdullahs in our classes, and for Musa also. When we have answer created, you can see that we have many relationships, and you can uh, close every and each, and also for ministries, and we can create the different tables for another things. But it's important that we create one table in one relationship. The schools about, for example, Zaruna has many principals, how many schools they have, how many teachers, how many students they have, Abibia, for example, like this. You can go ahead for each and every to find more information about the schools. So thank you for your watching. Once again, I hope that you don't become bored. Thanks. Don't forget to like and put a comment for this video lesson and every video lesson that you're watching for betterness of your lessons. Thank you for your watching.